In this video, I'm going to outline some of the main pitfalls that are encountered by new animators starting out, and then I'm going to tell you some advice for how to overcome these pitfalls and make sure that you don't fall into the same trap, because they're extremely common. The first pitfall is not progressing as quickly as you had hoped and becoming demotivated. The second one, comparing yourself to experienced animators and being discouraged as a result. That's a very common one there. Not planning your animation properly and thus having a poorly thought out ending to your animation. Putting off making an animation until the so-called perfect moment, which never actually arrives, of course, as we all know. Making it to the rough stage of animation now and hitting a slump in motivation, which results in the animation never being shown to anyone. And I put this one in here because it's happened to me many times, and I know a lot of animators who struggle with this one. Trying to imitate someone else's style instead of exploring your own. Plagiarizing another animator's work and pretending that it is your own. Being too focused on the end result and not enjoying the process. So those were the main ones that I picked out as very common pitfalls, and these are often very devastating as well. A lot of people don't recover from these and they just stop animating altogether. So now I'm going to give some general advice for avoiding these pitfalls. First of all, compare your animations to your past animations instead of comparing it to external animations that you've encountered by other people. So I find that a great way to mark your progression is just to look back at what you've made and see how far you've come, and that's a much better indicator, because otherwise you're holding yourself to someone else's standard and not your own. The next point is look at other animations as inspiration, but be aware that you are never going to make something which is the same as that animation, because you are not that animator. I find that animation is a very personal thing, and what you make is a reflection of who you are, and therefore every animation has its own unique voice to it that comes from you. And so you shouldn't really even try to make something which is exactly the same as someone else's, and anyway, why would you? Because you would be in their shadow. The next point is to just enjoy yourself when you're making the animation. Get involved with it, kind of meditate in the process. That's what I like to do. I like to be really absorbed in it. Don't try and rush through, just enjoy every step of the way. Steer away from subjects which don't interest you, and move towards subjects and practices which intrigue you and give you satisfaction. Now, that goes along with my next point, which is about trends in animation. So I want to just say a quick thing about this. You can be mindful of trends in film and animation, but don't to a topic just because it's popular right now. An example of this in film would be the prank and social experiment craze that is currently very popular on the internet. So I would say don't feel like you need to make social experiments just because there are certain filmmakers getting very popular from it right now. Another example of this is gaming and game culture and let's plays and all of that. You don't have to do that just because there are a select few people who are making a lot of success from it, because what you don't know is that that industry is massively saturated. There are hundreds of thousands of people who are trying the same thing and who are failing because they're just being drowned out by all the noise. And so often the lesser known niche markets can be just as rewarding if you want to get into that instead. So be mindful of the trends, but don't feel like you have to do them just because other people are being successful at them. Just a note on this, there are some exceptions to this principle. It can be helpful to be aware of new mediums and be aware of outdated mediums as well. I know I told you to kind of ignore the fact that there are trends, but with certain trends, it can be also very helpful to understand them and to manipulate your media to work with them. Make your content mobile friendly, because lots of people will view videos from their mobile phone. That's an example of where it can actually be really helpful to understand these trends. That's it for my advice on this topic. I hope this list will guide you away from the pitfalls of creating animation, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I just wanted to add at the end that if you're interested in networking or finding out more information, meeting new animators and being part of the Animator Guild community, the Animator Guild forum is now open to public, and I would really like to see you over there. It would be great to have you with us. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Have a great day. So that we can see, in fact, no, I like it better before. Interesting. I'll put it like that. And I'm also gonna move these out of the way just temporarily. I don't like to mess up my layout, but in this case I will make an exception.